What's up guys, how's it going? Start of a fresh week. We're going to be starting again. Today we're just solely working on resistance bands. For those that don't have them, apologies, this is just a resistance band video. There will be more coming out with its adaptations, but I just want everyone starting to use the band for each exercise and getting comfortable with what they're doing for it. So today we're going to work back, shoulders and biceps. So let's get your band and let's get cracking. Right guys, first up we're going to go for a bent over row, supersetted with an upright row, all just using the same band. If you double loop it, you're going to have extra tension on, so you can adjust accordingly for how you feel comfortable. So what I want you to be aiming for is double loop onto the floor. You can't see, but I'm standing on top of both parts of the band and your hands are going to grip on. So getting into your bent over row position, chest high, squeeze the shoulders together, make sure you're squeezing the lats. Big breath in, pull, so you're nice and close to the body, and pull back down. Your elbows are going to turn to about 45 degrees as you pull back, and then keep them tight to the body. Back down, and tight. Like I said, if you take your feet off one part of the resistance band, makes that a little bit more comfortable. So try and add as much tension to it as you can. From there, I'm going to take one foot off one of the loops. We're going to go for an upright row. So turning this way, on one of the loops, hands are going to be shoulder width apart. The further down the band you grab, the more tension there's going to be. So I'm going to start pulling down a little bit, standing upright from there, elbows high, control coming back down. High up and nice and controlled coming back. Make sure we're not coming far away from the body, we're leading with the elbow first and getting that nice pull through, going up at the top, squeezing the traps as the elbows come up and over, and then push down into the lats as well. Next one up, I'm down on the floor. I've got the resistance band tied to the bottom of the couch. It's nice and tight, it's not going to be moving anywhere. We're going to go for a seated row. I want you to go single-handed seated row in double-handed face pulls. So I'm going to take you through both exercises again. First one up, I want you to take a good distance away from the couch. The further you are, obviously the more resistance it's going to be on the band, so the harder it's going to become. So your feet are planted into the floor. You just stretch that shoulder across. Remember, just like your normal seated row, you're not just going to start pulling through, getting the traps pulling into it. I want you to pull the shoulder back and down, so that we're feeling the lats tighten up. And then control, you're going to roll, tighten the body, stretch out as far as you can, so you're letting that lat stretch around, and then back and squeeze it. Nice and tight, keep that constant resistance pulling through. So you're going to go both hands before coming into your face pull, where you're going to have both hands coming on. And this time, we're going to pull it towards the eyes. So again, your feet are in, shoulders are going to come back, elbows coming back with it, stretch out, back and pull, stretch out. So you're coming towards the eyes, try to feel that a little bit higher up into the lats, get a little bit of the traps and the rear delts coming into it as well. And again, hold that tension at the back, make sure we're squeezing the muscles nice and tight. We're not just pulling through, allowing that band to pull you back. We've got control on both parts of the exercise. Right, next one up, what we're going to go for is your front raise. It's going to be a very tough exercise to go through with the resistance bands, so let's keep the tension out of it just as much as you can. There's always going to be that tension in, these bands are quite thick, and then try and increase that as much as we can throughout. So for this, you can either go 1 foot under or again both. If you can go both feet under, start with them close and then start to work them further and further out wide. Your hands are going to be shoulder width apart, and again your shoulders are back. So you're going to keep your shoulders back down, chest is proud. From here, up and control. Absolute killer. Going to really start to burn those shoulders out, make sure we're trying to get them as high as we can, but again, fighting against that resistance coming back down. You're not just letting that pull you straight through, it's control the entire way through. Right, next one up, shoulder press. You're gonna have one foot underneath the resistance band, keeping that to the side that you're working, elbow underneath, and the hand up towards the shoulder. You can grab on, or you can just press with the palm. Your other hand's gonna be there for your support. A little bit of use of the legs if needs be, and then press up, overhead, control back down, up and overhead. As you're coming down, again, keeping that control. You're not just allowing that resistance band to pull you straight back down. You're going to keep it nice and controlled coming down. Imagine that you're going through a lat pull down, so that as you're dropping down, you're squeezing the elbow down tight into the in towards your hips, and you're feeling the lats pushing together from that. Remember, use the legs if needs be. You can take it from a strict to a push press. Just get that little bit of power and then push straight through. Right, next one we're going for a seated press this time. You're going to keep the resistance band underneath the feet. So drop under. Get the good grip onto the band. You're going to go for this like your normal barbell overhead press, like push press. So good grip, elbows are going to come under the band and they're nice and high. Chest is coming through as if you've got a barbell resting across the top of your shoulders. Big breath in. Explode overhead. Nice and quick. So the position of the resistance band with it being in front of you, you're going to feel that try and pull you forward. So you need to keep your traps and your lats nice and tight as you go through the press. I still want you to press and lock out as normal. You're not just going to press up overhead. Up, lock out, back down. Make sure we're keeping that tension again, coming through the back and through the shoulders. Core nice and squeezed. Don't let yourself move from that resistance. Right, next one we're going to go on to a bit of biceps from now. So your feet are going underneath. Your hands are going to be shoulder width apart. Again, the further you work down that band, the harder it's going to become. So your palms facing up, shoulder width apart, shoulders are back. Up and squeeze the biceps and slow. So you're going to keep tight to the body. You're not going to start coming away or start curling up with the elbows. You're back and tight. Bicep curl. Control. Curl and control. Right, next up we're going to go for a single-handed hammer curl. So this one, you're just going to have the band under one foot. Hand can come quite low down. You're going to get a little bit more strength into this one. So try and get your hand far down the resistance band. You've got a good bit hanging off at the end. And then this time we're keeping the knuckles facing out. You're going to curl up, hold it up at the top, and control. Up, and hold. Squeeze that bicep as tight as you can. Up, and squeeze it before returning back from there. Keep them nice and controlled. Again, with it just being a single-handed exercise, I want you to pass back and forth between each hand. Get through the sets nice and quick. While one's working, the other one's resting, so you should be able to go straight back into the next exercise, in the next set, straight back to the next set. Your last bit here, guys, is going to be your band pull aparts. This one, you're just going to need one part of the resistance band. Hands are coming close to each other. You're still about shoulder width apart. Out in front here, pull and back. Pull and back. Not wrapping through them, bouncing them out. They're back, held, and slow. Hold and slow. You're not pulling in towards you. Keep the arms out with a slight bend into the elbow. Pull, control. And you're going to finish with 50. You're not allowed to drop the resistance band. I don't want you to be taking any resistance away. If you need to, you do need to. But try and keep them nice and fluid. Smooth reps coming through, so that you're not just starting there to kind of hit the failure reps and starting to cheat through them. They're all smooth, fluid, good reps coming out at the end. Well done on today, guys. First one with the resistance band, so let me know how you feel. I'm looking forward to training legs. We're going to start bringing some resistance, some deadlifts, bringing back the RDLs, able to get a lot of work out of these. Looking forward to it, guys.